Well, one of the things that Nigel and Sally said yesterday was that at 6 years of age, children do not have the emotional stability or maturity to make any life-changing decision, even if there was one to be made.
Well, I wasn't going to discuss Sally and Nigel, but Dexter has more emotional maturity than Sally and Nigel. Dexter is fully aware of who he is. This has been his choice, nothing pushed from home. When you lie awake with your child in the early hours of the morning and he says to you, "Mummy, why was I born wrong? Mummy, when are they going to fix me? Mummy, when I go to the Tavistock Centre, will they make me a willy?" That's not something that any of us have ever said to him. That's something that he feels.
It's there,
and the other thing that they kept saying, I very much got the impression from what they were saying that they felt being transgender was wrong. It wasn't right, he said. And he made it sound like it was a choice. It's not a choice, no different to being gay. If your child said, "Oh, you know, Mum, I'm gay," you wouldn't say, "OK, darling, let's try a few girlfriends and then we'll go and we'll," you know, you
might go out of this phase, absolutely.
Your child is your child is your child, and you love and accept them as long as they're happy.
How did you feel, Susie?
I was outraged, to be honest. I just felt that they clearly didn't have any thought of the impact that it would have on the children and the families that they basically outed, because the Isle of Wight is a small community and there's only one primary school. So it's going to be very obvious to everybody within that community who they're talking about. But the other side of this is, in terms of, if you're looking at them saying, go and get treatment, what was their final agenda on this? And they kept avoiding actually saying it. But one of the things that they said on interviews with you and with other people was, you know, the child needs to be taken aside somewhere private. So what? Are they saying that trans children don't deserve to be within the general population of school? Should they be taken out? Is that what they're saying? And I think that's, you know, we're going back to race segregation and people being divided because they are different. What on earth do they think they're talking about? It's ridiculous.
And there does appear on this particular subject still to be quite a lot of ignorance.
There is. And the thing that really baffles me, I suppose, is why do other people care about what other people's children are doing if it's not hurting them, if it's not impacting them, if it's not making a difference in their life? Whether somebody comes dressed...
Well, they did say, just to say what they'd said about their children yesterday, when they came home from school, they were confused, they were anxious about that.
But it's knowledge, isn't it?
Don't you just explain? I mean, you know, my children came home from school and they were confused about their maths homework. We sat down, we worked it out, I explained. You know, when I talked to my children about their older sister being transgender, I explained. It took about 2 sentences and they were like...
It doesn't be a huge deal.
No, it's not a huge deal because it just isn't. And the fact is that, you know, children who identify from very young and are very persistent, they are actually quite unlikely to change. So the fact is that although they're saying it's a life-changing decision, at any point, Dexter and all the children in question can change their social roles again.
Yeah.
And why would it impact anybody else?
No, absolutely.
You're going to be here for our phone-in today.
Yes, that's
we'll cover
right,
any area, any aspect of this that you'd like to talk about. Yeah, then we'll do that.